We've got Dave and Rich calling in. We're going to kick things off with Dave calling in from Apopka, and then we'll go talk with Rich. But first, Dave, go ahead. Welcome on to the show.
Hey, Dave.
Hi, Dave.
I have a quick question for your guest or your host. Reverse mortgages, pros and cons, and do they give you a third of the value of your home, a quarter, a tenth? What is the normal percentage of the loan as related to the value of the house?
I'll address the pros and cons, and Rodney can take care of your second question. So, I've done. I've put my clients, a few of my clients and family members, in a position where they've been able to take advantage of reverse mortgages. Some of them in circumstances where they just don't want to have to pay the mortgage anymore, or really, could use the breathing room from not having to pay the mortgage anymore. It creates cash flow. Not necessarily taking any equity out of the home to live off of, but just having, to only be responsible for their taxes and their insurance and no longer making a mortgage payment. I've had some people that have wanted to use the equity from their home, and generally there has to be something around 80% equity to value available, because a number of people that have applied for reverse mortgages do still have primary mortgages on their homes. So the mortgage gets paid off, and then the equity that's above that is what is available for them. I've had some clients have a regular monthly payment go to them from the proceeds of their reverse mortgage, and some clients that just take a lump sum of cash out and use it as they wish. So I've only had good experiences with putting clients in touch with people locally that can provide reverse mortgages for them.
And Dave,
yes, go ahead.
I was going to say, just in terms of the loan to value, you could get as much as 50 or 60% of the value if the house is free and clear. The bank or the financial institution that's funding it, they do want to leave themselves wiggle room in the event that there is a dip in property values to where they're not upside
I was just
down.
wondering. Right, I was just wondering if there were a lot of fees up front, and because obviously this is not a benevolent scenario.
And the fees are significant. They average a little bit more than $10,000. Most of the fees are from the federal government, because that's who regulates the reverse mortgage market. It's built into the reverse mortgage. You don't have to go into your pocket to pay those fees.
Right, you're not cutting a check for those fees, Dave.
Right, they just reduce the amount of proceeds that you receive.
That's correct.
Exactly.
All right.
But if you want some information and you want to just, have somebody shop it for you, please feel free to contact me. If you don't have somebody to, run that scenario for you, I'd be happy to throw your information in the direction of the two people that I use and just see what they come up with.
All right. Well, now I have information from which to make a decision. Appreciate it.
Excellent.
Great. Thank you for calling.
Thanks for that call, Dave. And if Dave wanted to reach out to you there, how would he do that?
Well, our office number is 407-869-9800, and Chris Todevine happens to be taking calls today. If you have a more extensive or you don't want to be on the air, you can feel free to call him today. I can be reached at Nancy, Nancy, at financialgroup.com, and Rodney is Rodney at financialgroup.com. So you could email either of us also.